Oh, God. I have a big bump right here, y'all. You're trying to gross y'all out. I hate it. It just came up. And it's like, it's not to be nasty, but it's like it's nothing in it. There's no pus or blood or anything in it. It's just like a big bump. And then I scratch it and it like gets bigger. I don't know. Annoying. Hopefully it goes away soon. Anyway, this is Greenleaf. Now I want y'all to get y'all some popcorn and get y'all some snacks, get y'all whatever y'all need, because we're going to talk for a while, because I'm about to review 2 episodes, okay? So y'all get y'all some stuff and give y'all a little time. All right. Y'all know I was Dougie Fresh back in the day. Okay, so Greenleaf. So this is episode, let me see, child. What episode I left off on? This is episode. Okay, this is episode 4 and 5 that I'm about to review, I think, yeah. Okay, so, let me see. So, AJ, he's still in the hospital, child. Bless his little heart. Is he not the most, just, we love AJ, but is he not just the most little annoying little thing? Oh, gosh, AJ's so hard to love. He really, really is. Bless his heart. He's been through a lot, but my God. You have a silver lining. You have your silver lining. Like it's literally, your blessing is literally staring you right in the face. But because he done been through a lot, he don't trust nobody in us, child. I get it. So I mean, it's a lot. He's something else. But I think that he'll come around. It's a slow process. He's slowly but surely coming around. Slowly but surely. Y'all know this is the season finale, so they're pulling out all the stops, child. Okay. But AJ, while he's in the hospital, he getting ready to get out the hospital. Noah and Grace is there. He ends up telling both of them that he wants to go stay with Noah and not Grace. Like, Grace done did all the stuff for you and everything, but you want to go stay with Noah. I guess he'll be safe with Noah. Noah ain't gonna let nothing happen to him, but that's his dad. But I'm just saying, it's just like, what about a thank you? What about appreciation? I mean, he said it at the end, but I mean, my God, does it take all that just to be nice? I don't know. Anyway, so y'all know Carissa and Jacob, they going through what they going through and the whole thing, and she's trying to blackmail him with the will and all that, and with the man that gave her the claps, he gave her, the information or whatever about the house. Saying that allegedly they killed Sis off, who houses was originally owned. That James them had something to do with the guy burning up, child, which was Rochelle and Tara and Basie's father. So, that's why. Y'all know the whole thing. So, it's just hard for them. They going back and forth, and Jacob, Carissa getting on his nerves. Jacob getting on her nerves, and it's just a mess. They're both over each other. So, Lady May goes up there to tell Carissa that she wants because this is after Jacob had told Bishop and Lady Mae um, everything about what's going on and all that kind of stuff. So Mae was mad. Lady Mae was mad. Child, they still downstairs trying to figure out names for the church. Jacob came to told Lady Mae them that they messed up her whole mood. She was over it. She didn't want to hear nothing. She was died. Lady Mae was died. Okay. So she goes in there to tell Carissa. She said, Carissa, I want you at my house. Carissa was just like, child, what's going on with you, girl? She didn't cuss Mae out how she would have cussed, Jacob out, of course. So, Carissa, she proceeds to tell Mae everything that went on. I didn't even know that Jacob had cheated on that child that many times. Because of how Carissa is, people tend to not like Carissa or be more so on Jacob's side when it comes to the whole situation. But I had no idea that Jacob has cheated on Carissa that many times. Child, they used to have a housekeeper or somebody in the Greenleaf mansion. Jacob slept with her. On top of the little white girl that he was messing around with, and that was working at the church for them, and it was somebody else too. Lady Mae was floored. She had no idea, child. Lady Mae went down there. She read Jacob for filth. She was just like, your pride, the way you sitting up there, that woman cheated on you one time, and you cheated on that woman I don't know how many times, and she keep taking you back left and right. Child, she was just like, if you don't go in there and make things right with that woman and apologize, I'm so sick of you. I was like, ooh. And he actually went to go talk to Carissa, but and Carissa, she was trying to help him out. She was like, look, you can't say the word, so I'll say it for you. Carissa, I'm sorry for everything that I've ever done to you, and I would love to take you back. Whatever she said, I'm paraphrasing. Child, Jacob couldn't say it. Jacob could not forgive Carissa. He could not forgive himself if he got back in the relationship with Carissa. Jacob is over Carissa officially. I can't speak today. Jacob is over Carissa officially. I was like, wow. He's sick of Carissa. He's sick. He said he just can't go back to the same darn thing. Lady Mae told him, okay. I mean, that's on you, pimp player. But you need to be in that child's life as much as possible. Honestly, I think that Carissa, she did not expect for all this to go this far with this whole thing. But, that's what happens, child. She was a mess. Okay, so we're going over to Charity. Charity at the church, miserable as ever, dealing with Judy and Phil. So, they're talking, and Charity is head of the music department and all that good stuff. I forgot her official title, whatever she is. And so, she's trying to talk to Judy, and Judy can care less about her, and it's just I don't know how she don't slap the taste out of Judy's mouth every time she see her. I don't know how she do it. She's better than the eye in many of us, I tell you that. So they're getting ready to close up shop. The church is officially getting ready to turn into H&H. So they're getting ready to close up shop, and change is about to happen, etc. So Charity gives an idea to Phil, and Judy was just like, yo, how about we do I was going to put together this whole little video presentation moment for the congregation so that they can remember how times was when, we was here, and, different songs, and we can reflect back on good times and stuff. Because they still have not gotten their music department together because, they plain and tired and bland and white and unseasoned. So, Charity was just like, yeah, I was going to put that together. We got to give this congregation something to, we're moving forward, obviously, but it's okay to rewind back and, give people some good old times. For the good times, And Judy was just like, what good times, child? The times when your uncle was sleeping around with little girls? Or you mean the time when your father killed a man? How Judy kept her composure, how Charity kept her composure in that moment, I would never know. I would never know. I would have snatched that little lady so... Child. It was a mess. And Phil, he can't go against Judy. And I don't know how you sit there and just coon out that much. That's scary. That you really just sit there and just allow somebody to treat you like a doormat. In private and in front of people. How do you do that? Child, one episode she went to go give him fellatio and he didn't want it from her. Child, he don't want that frail woman, child, but he just know he got. Child, he say he put in too many years, he can't turn back now. Treat me like a house slave, that's fine. I don't know how you do it. Let me see. So Grace, she watches the whole thing with Charity going through and stuff. So then Grace tells Charity, she was like, yo, I got some tea on H&H that could possibly, bring them to their knees and get their ass out of here. So Grace tells Charity that she knows of Glennis DeMars. Glennis DeMars is Phil's mama. And apparently her name is on all the documents that has anything to do with Bob Whitmore, the creator of H&H, the white man, the devil. Yeah. So, she was just like, her name is on all the documents. And Charity was just like, yeah, but she passed away. She's not here. It was like, yeah, but what you know about his father? She was like, child, all I know about the father is that he was a former Black Panther back in the day, and he moved to New Orleans, and his name now is Yusuf Shabazz. Child. Grace went to go call Yusuf to get the tea on Phil and why he's with H&H and just some tea on his ex-wife, which is Phil's mama Glennis. By her name on all the documents and stuff, and the company that she used to work for, Evil Lending and all that kind of stuff, Eden Lending, whatever it's called. Child, she called and he said, "Who are you?" She was like, "Hi, I'm Grace Greenleaf. I used to be a pastor." He was like, "Strike one," and she was like, "Well, I want to talk to you about your son, Phil. We work together." He was like, "Strike two." And then Grace said, well, what about your wife? Your wife, He was like, strike three, you're out. And he hung up the phone in Grace's face. I was like, ooh. I was like, Lord have mercy. So, let me see. It was funny when Carissa was telling Lady Mae about all the things that she's went through with Jacob, all the infidelities and stuff. She didn't mention the fact that she got the claps from her lover. At least with all the women that Jacob was messing with, Carissa, at least he didn't give you the claps. Child, she had the claps, child. Lord. But I understand there's some you just don't, wear a t-shirt for. Let me see. So, Jacob is out in the hospital and stuff. We have Zora and Sophia. They're trying to talk him in the stand, but, he's on his way out the door to go talk to go stay with Noah. We don't even know where Noah stay. So, I guess, child. Grace is trying to get Noah together, but she's like, look, he really needs to go see a doctor. He's HIV positive and he don't take medicine for it, or, whatever. He don't know what condition his body is in, and he's just, just out there. And he don't want to talk about that. He don't want to talk about nothing. His attitude is horrible. Grace is a good one. I understand what she did to him and how she gave him up, and she was completely wrong for that and all that. But he's so disrespectful sometimes. That AJ, I don't know how she don't pop him in the mouth. He'll probably hit her back. Low key. I just met you, lady. You might have had me, but I just met you. Ooh. Okay. Let me see. Bishop goes over to talk to Tara, which is Rochelle's sister and Basie's sister. And apparently this is the good one. Is Tara and Rochelle, Latoya, look, is they playing twins? Is they supposed to be twins? I can't remember. But anyway, I know they're sisters. So yeah. So he basically tells Tara that, look, I know that your dad's supposed to be left the house or whatever, but he was like, look, all I know is this. Mac made the call for your father to come to the place, come to the church house to get burnt up. Mac made the call. Uncle Mac, who ain't here no more, says Miss Davis meant to leave the house to your dad, but after your dad died, she amended the will to us. And she was like, it was a will that was drafted. He said it was a will that was done by Mac. So the answers, to me, it seems like all the answers lies with Uncle Mac, but Uncle Mac ain't here. So, I mean, who's to say what's tea and what's really going on? So she's just trying to figure it out. She down there in the hood, but crackheads and prostitutes just roam free. I don't want to call it the hood. It might not be the hood, but it's some bad area of town, whatever it is. I don't want to say the hood. I grew up in the hood. We didn't have crackheads. We had a couple of drunks. Was it? It probably was. Yeah. Now that I mentioned it, was a couple of famous streetwalkers back where I grew up. Anyway, so yeah, she's a good lady. She's just trying to get what's tea, and I don't understand why any of this matters now, to be honest with you. I mean, her dad's gone, bless his soul. Uncle Mac's gone, thank God. Basie's gone, allegedly. I still think Basie, because this is the last season of Greenleaf, so I still think Basie is alive, but we're gonna see. But Basie's gone, allegedly. I mean, what does it matter now? What does any of this matter now? But it's all Carissa. She's trying to be spiteful, and child, she done messed up the whole family. Why she had to bring the whole family into it though? Take Jacob out. Don't take the whole family out. So yeah, let me see. Child, Charity had a scene with Phil DeMars where she read him for filth. I'm gonna play it. I do not own the rights to this video. I just recorded it. So she ended up talking to Corinne. Not Corinne. She ended up talking to Connie. Y'all know Connie is the head of the board meeting or whatever. Of the board group. And Charity talked to Connie, and Phil and Judy had an issue. This is when they fired her, Charity, but then went back to the house and said that she quit, but she really got fired by Judy. Judy couldn't wait to fire Charity. But this is Phil DeMars and Charity talking because they mad because she went to go talk to Connie because they wouldn't hear out her ideas of doing like a the presentation. So she went to Connie, who's also in charge and stuff. And Connie also said no, of course, because Connie getting paid by them and, whatever, another coon. So, they're talking about it, and this is when he's telling Charity she was completely out of line and stuff, child.
That she can do that, you won't just accept. What you did was unproductive. Talking to Connie? Phil, I have known her since I was born. I can talk to her whenever about whatever I want. Okay. Now have made our feelings about the service tomorrow clear. We can't run this church having a double back every time we talk to make sure you're truly madly deeply on board. Truly madly deeply? That's Judy's favorite book.
Fuck Judy.
You want to know what mine is? It's a little film that I am writing, directing, and starring in today called You Can't Fire My Black Ass.
Charity, I spoke to Judy. She's not going to press it, so...
So why don't you press your face into those tiny little titties of hers and see if you can get anything like what you couldn't get enough of a couple weeks ago? Because you'll never see these again.
I said Charity's my new favorite. I love it. I love it. I love it when a black woman reads. I love it. Okay, so, Grace and AJ, they sitting up on the bed. AJ finally tells Grace thank you. And, he gets up and leaves, says I'm about to go, then comes back and gives Grace a kiss on the forehead. Then she starts to cry. All she wanted was a hug and stuff from her son, and he couldn't even do that. Just, whatever. Okay, so remix. This is the new episode, the latest episode. It just went off, child. Let me see. Okay, so we got Lady Mae. She wanted to have church at the house, at home. They didn't want to do it at the church, or whatever. So they decided to have it at home. Lady Mae's leading the service. Charity singing, sounding lovely, and Corinne is also up there. We can't hear her, but okay. And everybody showed up. Child, little Sophia did not want to get up. She is so sick and tired of waking up for Bible study every day. She's so sick of it. She's so tired. She's so tired. And so they get there and they're talking. Actually, AJ, he haven't left yet. He ended up staying for the service. It was nice. It was cute to see that. Let me see. So, everybody's sitting there talking. Even Noah's there. They eating and stuff. The food looked real good. Beautiful presentation. It was nice. Everybody was there. Zora and Sophia, they're having their own little side conversation about Sophia's nudes and stuff getting leaked. And, we ain't seen I guess the boyfriend did it himself. Just petty dude stuff, child. And so, child, you'll be alright. You'll live to fight another day. Child, we found out that Grace lost her virginity at the church. I guess it was by Noah. Child, what Grace used to get into back in the day? Grace was hell. How? Grace, the streets say that allegedly, on the show that she was a Horror the Explorer. Child. That's not what I said. It's what the streets say. Okay, so let me see. Bishop. He goes to talk to AJ. Bishop is probably the only one that can probably the AJ actually listen to. He just has a very calming yet strong yet Bishop. He just has that presence. He has that voice. He has that he's just that guy. He's that dude that can just pull you in and make you listen. And AJ, I think, is going to really listen to his grandpa. So Bishop, y'all know he tells these stories, as old folks do. And he tells them the story about his car or whatever. He had this big box outside, and there was a car in it. He said that, hey, if you help me put this together, this car is yours. And so, of course, free of charge and all that. So that's nice. And there could also be a bonding moment for AJ and Bishop, and it could also be he'll be coming over to the house more often and give him something to look forward to, So and then he'll get to see Grace, and slowly but surely AJ will become a part of the family, if that's still the real AJ. I just still feel like something's up with AJ, but we're gonna ride with it for now. Okay. Child, Charity gets Sophia and Zora, her nieces, gets them to watch the baby. But as soon as they sat down, Charity, she went to go call Mr. Shabazz, child, which is Phil DeBar's daddy. Child, and he was a little nicer to her. He ended up talking to her a little longer. And she just ended up, she was like, look, this ain't Grace, this is her sister, but we really need to talk. And I almost became your daughter-in-law. What's T? What's T on Phil? What's T on H&H? What's Evil Lending? what's he on your ex-wife? And he still didn't really, he gave up a little bit more, than when he was talking to Grace, but he still didn't say much. Just when it was starting to get good, when she was starting to get information out of him, he hung up on Charity. Meanwhile, in the kitchen, we got Zora playing with the baby. Sophia is still kind of uncomfortable around babies because y'all know she had to have that unfortunate surgery where she had to, they had to take out her parts and everything. And so, horrible. God bless her soul. And so, but she ended up coming around. You can't help but come around when there's babies. I mean, come on. They're so cute and squishy and the cheeks and, just so luscious. We love babies. Okay, so, when they start to grow up and talk back, go on back to your mama now. Go on back. Okay, so, Charity, she is, okay, yeah. That happened. Talked to Mr. Shabazz. He didn't give up no information. Okay, so Zora and Carissa and Jacob end up calling Zora in there to talk to her to tell them that they are officially getting a divorce. She tried to play it out. She was just like, child, what's going on? She was like, y'all tripping. They was like, no, it's for real this time. We're getting a divorce. She ended up in tears. Ended up going back to her little cabin or whatever. A little guest house, no child, even though she's grown and she's an adult and she has witnessed firsthand her father cheating and all that kind of stuff and the pain her mom has went through, you still don't want to see your parents get a divorce and stuff. It's still an emotional thing, even as an adult. And that's all she know. So she goes back to the guest house and she gets emotional and starts to cry. Meanwhile, we got Grace upstairs. Grace is talking to Noah. He pulls out a pill and say, take a nap. And Grace was like, nah, child, I ain't tired. Before you know it, Grace's ass was asleep. She slept for about an hour, allegedly, according to Noah. Noah says he's been sitting there thinking. He said that when he stayed down there in the guest cabin, he said that there was this booklet, and there was this booklet that talked about this black guy that kept coming to see us and kept coming to the house. It was, I forgot what he said it was called, but basically the guy was Facey's daddy, Rochelle them daddy and stuff, Tara daddy. And they said maybe that's the guy, because, about owning a house and stuff. So she was like, oh my gosh, I need that. Maybe that's the clue that could, tie all this up together so we can get them people out of our church. Child, so she goes down there, Zora's down there crying and stuff. And Grace, she tries to comfort her and stuff. Zora, no, I'm good. Don't touch me. I'm straight. Auntie, get off me. Zora, child. She was just like, child, I'm here for you, little girl. She was like, yeah, go get your stuff. So, Lady May actually goes to talk to Tara. And Tara says, look, Lady May, I know that I don't have rights to the house, but just think of the good that y'all could be doing for the community, for the world, if y'all give that house up. If, it could be a homeless shelter for people. Like, we can really do a lot of good with that big old house that y'all in. And, great. She was just like, you're doing good work. Child, Lady May, because she had this premonition and God spoke to her. She said that God told her to give the house up to Tara. Bishop is not having it. Nobody else in the house is having it but Lady May. Lady May is really becoming angel-like this season. She's really becoming, she's coming into her own as a wonderful counselor. How about that? So look at Lady May trying to do right, finally. It took, the last season. But look. Let me see. Bishop is not here for it. Bishop is not here for giving up the house so bad that he ends up asking Grace. He was like, Grace, how much money you got? maybe, just maybe we can get us a lady, a few dollars to rub together. Maybe she'll leave us alone about trying to get this house. Grace was about to be down for it too. And she was like, no. She was like, I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. They arguing, Bishop and Lady May, because he was just like, look, you making me look like a murderer. Mac could have set him up. I think Mac probably set him up. But it was like, look, you don't understand that you're making me look like a murderer if we just give the house to Tara them. And Lady May was just like, I don't care. We're going to give this house up to Tara. Charity ends up coming in, was just like, look, let's go down to the church for one last time. Charity rallies up the entire family. Lady May, Bishop, herself, Charity, Grace, Jacob, Carissa, Sophia, Zora, all of them go down to church. They're talking about all the great memories they had at the church, and it's just a lot. Beautiful church. And they end up holding hands and speaking and praying together, and they end up working that thing out like a good black family. Earlier, AJ was giving Sophia some advice about, look, all these old people are still here, and she was like, because Sophia's a little down right now because her picture's all over the internet, and she don't want to go back to school and face bullying and all that kind of stuff. AJ was just like, child, grow up. She was like, that's just what you're gonna have to deal with and forget them. She was like, but eventually you got to get up and get out and do something. Okay? So he was speaking some real facts to Sophia. Sophia said she wished she could just stay here and, just be with everybody and be with Zora and be with him and, just... Sophia grew up the only child, and, Sophia's very she and, y'all know, Sophia, she's, kind of kid-like and stuff, and that's good, but, I mean, she wasn't kid-like when she was messing around with that boy, but, she gonna be alright. She gonna push through. And, he was giving her some real advice, but don't nobody pay you no attention, AJ, because you don't take no advice that nobody ever gave you. So, I mean, whatever. Let me see. So, Lady May and Bishop go down to Tara's place to tell her that, hey, we're going to just go ahead and give up the house, give you the house and stuff. Bishop done finally said, okay, it's okay for you to give the house to the girl. Child, don't you know they knocked on the door, opened the door, and Tara was standing there with her sister, Rochelle Cross, a.k.a. LaToya Luckett. Child, I about hit the floor. I've been tween Toya. I say, Toya, when you coming back to Greenleaf, I mean, that is such a bad character that she plays. It's so good. It's so good. She's so wicked and stunning while doing it. I live for those kind of roles. Child, she was just like, child, you just can't get rid of these green leaves. She gave Bishop a wink, and her car was getting ready to come and pull her up, child. So Rochelle did not make it to Mexico, wherever her and Basie was at. And now, was Basie driving the car? Who knows? I don't think Basie did. Like I said, this is the last season of Greenleaf, so they pulling out all the stops. So who knows? I wish they bring Oprah back. I love a good sister argument between Oprah and Lady May. What's their names? May and Mavis. May, Mavis, and Mac, child. A mess. What siblings? I tell you. So it's getting ready to get real good. So now Lady May and Bishop, they turned around and looked at her. It was like, oh, so you on some scam and stuff. So, Tara, she might be the good twin, but Rochelle is definitely the evil one. And they gonna persuade Tara to do whatever. And Tara do it. And so Tara might be for the right thing. But Rochelle, she's back in town and she finna cause hell, darling. And I'm so here for it. In the name of Jesus. With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at IsKeysWorld on Instagram and Twitter. At IsKeysWorld89 on Snapchat. Chase King on Facebook. Mr. Chalaki on Cash App and PayPal. And as always, run me my money or run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black, stay tuned. I'll see you guys later.